Hi.
Oh, hello. I was waiting for one of you to say hello. Okay, this is our video. This is our video on how to start a coven, a simple coven, informal way of starting a coven, because formal is just a little bit too complicated to start out for some people. So
if you even know what formal is.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Informal's like family. I'm gonna stop talking.
What?
Keep going.
Yeah, both come.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about things to ask yourself before starting a coven. Give us an example of something you can ask yourself before you start a coven.
Well, are you ready?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, are you ready? I guess that's the normal question you should ask.
Are you ready to start a coven? Do you have leadership skills if you are going to start a coven? Are you going to be the leader? Do you have leadership skills to do that?
Are you knowledgeable enough?
Do you have organization skills?
Background information.
People who
magic
are
wise.
I thought you were talking about the people. I was like, isn't that going a little too far?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, you want to know what you think you need to know in order to start a coven, like etiquette, circle etiquette, which we'll be doing a video on.
Yeah, we'll do a video on probably next week. We'll have a video on circle
etiquette, correspondences, all that.
So, just ask yourself basically, are you ready? I yawned the whole time I was saying that. Okay, so about actually starting the coven. Let's talk about the people. Like when you want people to join. You're gonna want to start with around, like, since a coven is
3 or more.
3 or more. You're gonna want to start with 3 to 5 people, because you don't want to get too overwhelmed with the people there.
People coming every which way, you don't even know half of them, and the other people don't know the other half of people. It's really confusing.
A lot of work.
Continue.
So 3 to 5 people is perfect for a new starting coven. That's how our coven started. It started with 4 people. Now it's still around 4 people, but we've got people come and go. So
just check us out. Check
4 for us is just fine right now. So we're fine, going on strong.
We're ready to only have 4.
We're ready to expand. So whenever people are interested, we're just gonna let them. We're gonna teach them. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that right now. So 3 to 5 people. Make sure that they all have a similar belief system. Like they're all compatible with their belief systems. Like you don't want somebody that's going to be criticizing everything you do because their belief system's different.
Like you won't want a Christ pagan and a full-on Wiccan in the same group. I mean, they'll get along, but they won't have the same beliefs and can't really work the same magic.
That kind of ties into the fact that if you have 2 people who don't like each other in the coven, you're gonna have a tough time getting everyone, together in a healthy
harmony.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's sort of like not just magic-wise. You don't want them magic-wise compatible. You also want them relationship-wise compatible with everybody. That's why when you start, you do not want to just go around and randomly grab people and ask them, are you Wiccan? Do you want to join the coven? You want to just go with your inner circle of friends and talk to them, see who's in that similar interest area, and have them, because you already know them, you're already kind of familiar, and I'm sure if you get a few friends, they're already familiar with each other also, and it'll be a lot easier to start a coven. How about some pointers on attracting members? If you don't have any friends that are in your inner circle of friends, like that are interested in your coven.
Online interaction.
Yeah, you can do online Witchbox.
Witchbox.
Yay!
Witchbox, VOX.
That is how she found me.
You know how to spell witch?
They know how to spell Witchbox.
Okay, they could hear it wrongly,
I will write it in the comments, in a comments box, just for them.
Okay.
That's what
Thank
you want.
Okay. Oh my god, right behind the camera, my cat is licking her pussy. My pussy's licking her pussy.
So, in case you don't know, Witchbox is a website that pagans use to interact, and
It's too hard. It's so distracting. It's just right there.
It is. We're looking at the cat looking across right now.
Yeah, we're not looking at you. It looks like we're looking at you, but she's right there. So.
Anyways, back to business.
What's wrong?
Okay, so let's go back to pointers. We're not a cult, so we don't want people pressuring other people to join the coven. You don't want to do that. We don't want you to do that because it just sends out a bad image for Wicca, for covens, for witches. It just is not a good thing.
Yourself.
And you want positive energy. I mean, if someone's being forced to be there,
there's no good energy. It has to be when you're in a coven, it's perfect love and perfect trust. You gotta trust everybody. You gotta be in good harmony with them. That's why you really don't do magic with anybody until you're like kind of in sync with them, kind of like we're sort of a family. Like me, Crystal, Rain, and Taylor. We're all
even though we argue
connected.
a lot.
Yeah, we argue a lot.
We argue a lot, but that's what close friends and family members do.
Happens.
A lot.
Yeah. Let's talk about leaders. The leader of the coven.
Okay. Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, elaborate. You elaborate.
Okay, you're organizing the coven, possibly, but are you leading it? Are you knowledgeable enough to teach others and to lead, or is someone else in your group of friends interested in leading or more knowledgeable than you are? Right? Yeah.
It was a little complicated, but yeah, that's what she said.
It was better the first time we tried the video.
Yeah. Basically, if you are starting this coven, you're probably wanting to be the leader. But if not, you gotta find somebody that's a little bit more knowledgeable than you and let them take on the leading, they have leadership skills. Like, the person that's leading needs to have leadership skills, or else the coven will fall to pieces. Let's talk about compatibility. Well, we already kind of covered compatibility, so.
Yeah. Okay, so on
getting along.
We were mostly compatible with each other, just because we were the weird people. Our coven is basically we're just a bunch of weird people.
I actually met everyone separately. I met him first, and I met Raina through someone else, and it turns out they're in a coven together. It's pretty cool.
That was pretty interesting.
That was ironic.
That was weird.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
But yeah.
Anyways. What's the next point?
After you have a coven, after you've figured out who's going to be the coven leader, with all of you together, you should probably... No, you know what? I'm going to go to the last, one of the last things, the dedication to the... You're going to make sure everybody's got to be dedicated to coming to meetings, to going to rituals and stuff like that, because that's what the whole coven thing is about. If you're just a coven just to say you're a coven, that's not... There's no point in that. The coven is to do rituals together, celebrate sabbats. It's to be all together doing that together. So if your coven members aren't going to be dedicated, then there's no point to have them. So just make sure all of them are going to be able to show up to the meetings whenever you have them. Don't make them too often, like every weekend. Like we used to do that thing with every weekend we'd have I'd have on the calendar meeting. And that wasn't very good because some people have lives. Sorry guys. I know you have lives.
Undedicated members leads to a coven that is
broken.
Yeah.
That's actually one of our rules. Like, if you don't show up 75% of the time to the meetings, then your status is questioned. And if we're not quite sure what happens after, if it continues, if the action continues. But we'll figure it out.
It says in our rule book that if the action continues, we take immediate action of suspending them for a certain amount of time from coming, which I don't really get. Is suspending them.
Yeah, because if they don't want to come and they're not coming already, then suspending them won't do anything. It's like suspending the teenager to go to school.
We've got some rules.
Well, there are times when maybe a coven member needs a break, and suspension could be perfect for them for the time being. If they don't want to come, maybe they just want a break.
Anyways, next.
Okay, so after you've all decided all the things, made sure they can come to meetings, now it's time for the fun part, making a coven name.
Ooh, that's fun.
That is fun.
Hard.
Our coven name, I went, before I met all these people, I actually tried to start a coven before, and I decided that my coven name was going to be called Belwickett from the book series Sweet.
Yeah, we already said this in another video.
I know, but I'm still explaining a little bit.
I know.
You know, just for the people that haven't viewed our other videos.
Refreshing.
I named it Belwickett because that's what I wanted, but
I am tired of this.
when you start a coven, you're going to want to get all in a group and brainstorm on names. It's really fun. I'm sure it's really fun. Like, we never actually had that experience because I already had the name before I started the coven, so it just sort of yeah, they all liked it, so it was good. So just brainstorm a name, and then after the name, once you've come up with a firm name, once you're ready and you're real set on that name, then you come up with the coven totem. Yeah. Explain what a totem is.
A totem is it? I like to think of it as an animal symbol for the coven.
Basically, like, our coven symbol is a butterfly, and it symbolizes transformation, inner beauty. It's a really, really earthy, transformative symbol.
Christians have lambs, Satanists have goats.
What? Boat?
We're gonna continue on because
yeah,
pretend I didn't say that.
Pretend she didn't say that because she didn't know what she was talking about.
Let's leave that out.
I knew what I was talking about. It's just not good to have.
We're still tired.
Anyways, so the coven totem is basically kind of like your spirit animal for the coven. Like all of us are good with it. We just decided butterfly was great. She didn't like it in the beginning.
I don't like butterflies.
But after a while, she was okay with it.
I got used to it. I don't.
It's a fire thing.
Let's move on.
It's a fire thing.
Let's move on. Starting the Coven Book of Shadows. Now, I've done a video on Book of Shadows, how to start your own Book of Shadows, but I'm going to give a little bit of extra on here. You're going to want to have the Book of Shadows itself is going to have everything like you'll have all the basics in there. You'll have like spells. All of this will be like handwritten from different members of the coven, so it has every bit of each coven member's energy inside the book. So it's like it bonds everybody. Here, where's ours? Is it right? It's right up there.
Oh my gosh!
Why am I looking behind us when it's over there?
I was like, it's right over there. You're like, this is ours.
Coven totem.
We just made it out of a binder. We had a video on this, so.
Hey.
Boom.
Easy.
We made it out of a binder, so we've got all the stuff in there. I'm not going to show you what's inside.
This is the third time we've introduced our Book of Shadows.
Okay, but sometimes people just view the video just for the video, not the channel. So we'll have to do that. So start your Book of Shadows for your coven. If you want to know how to start one, just look at our video for how to start a Book of Shadows. It's like 2 videos back, I think. 1 video back.
It says how to start Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
Coven Book of Shadows.
No, it's just regular Book of Shadows. It gives an example on how to start a Coven Book of Shadows also. So, okay.
How to start. I went the wrong way. How to start Book of Shadows.
Anyways.
Let's talk about the establishing rules. And because this is an informal coven, you will not have to make it as ruly, as lawful as our coven, because our coven is
as restricted.
As restricted as us, because we have some formal things in our coven, but we're also informal, so we're a little mix of both. But our coven rules are listed in this thing we call. Did you just try to touch my
I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay, ours is called the Metamorphi. This is just our example. We haven't printed out the actual like really good version because
we have to edit it.
We have to edit it a little bit. But we call it our Metamorphi because metamorphosis, you know, it's basically how you get through the coven. I don't want to explain in detail. It's sort of our little thing, so I'm not going to explain that title too much in detail. The basic things you can have in your rule book is we have like a statement of purpose, why we are a coven. Then you'll have your membership, like talking about how people get in. And if you're in an informal coven, you're just going to want a very simple thing like 1 initiation. Oh, you're checking the time?
Yeah.
What does it say?
14:30.
Wait, what?
14 minutes, 30 seconds.
14 minutes?
Yeah.
It's been 14 minutes.
It's been 14 minutes.
We need to end this.
Started
now.
Yeah, let's end it now and then start another one. A very short ending one.
Okay.
We have a 15-minute limit.
Alright. we're gonna stop this just now, and our part 2 will be next. Hold on.